All right, going to come back to the Lister air compressor again. So every year we have a sprinkler system that we really don't use other than to water the vegetable garden. Well, at least we don't use it to water the yard. It's just too expensive. But since we use it to water the vegetable garden, that means that every year we have to drain it before it freezes. Now this year I am behind on draining. Normally I do it first to mid-October, and here it is the end of October and I still haven't done it. I did walk by the control panel the other day where it comes out of the house, and the vacuum breaker, or the vacuum backflow preventer, whatever you want to call it, had already they'd already undergone some freeze damage. One night we got down to about 22, so the time has come. This is going to be a kind of a rush project. My goal is tonight to get this thing set up. Now, of course, I could do it with the Craftsman air compressor that I've been doing it with. Not a big deal. But since it's dark, I can't really blow out the sprinkler system in dark because I can't see the sprinkler heads. So I have to do it during the light. So my goal is, since it's dark outside and I have some stuff that I've ordered for this and I bought for the Lister compressor here, I might as well use it, right? So I do have a little bit of maintenance I need to do. I would like to change the oil in both the compressor and the engine. So that'll be one of the first things I'm doing here. Then after that, I need to set up basically an air filter and pressure regulator, since if you shoved 150 psi through a sprinkler system, it would probably explode and cause thousands of dollars worth of damage, and you might as well just put a new system in. So what we're going to do is do the maintenance to it, and then we're going to bought this. It's a Milton 1/2 inch input with filter, pressure regulator, pressure gauge. I gotta seal up the pressure gauge here. Nice T handle. Went ahead and got the nice version. That way, you know, you're not trying to fight with it later. So that is that. And then I have all of my fittings here. All my adapters and everything else. Ingoing, we can do. I'm gonna try to use that hose right there. I don't know where I'm going to mount the filter or anything, but first order of business is to get this brought up to the front part of the shop, and that's where we'll work on it. Figure I'll roll it over a little bit without compression, just to get the oil circulating, and then I'll add compression to it and start her up. Okay, compression's on, fuel. square plugs are on these things. So, nice and warm now. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and drain the oil out. I'll move the camera around. I'm just going to use the John Deere Plus 52 oil. So I think that's a 15W40 engine oil. Not too concerned about it. It's not like I'm going to be using it in the winter or anything. So yeah, not too big of a deal there. It's supposedly, get the camera here. Oil drain is right there. It supposedly uses 3.5 pints. So almost 2 quarts of oil. So I'll get that drained out and see what the oil looks like. Have good oil pressure, so I don't think there's any sludge or anything in there. But we'll get it drained out and we'll kind of go from there. Alright, now so naturally the oil drain is 3/4 of an inch short of the edge. So that's about par for the course, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to open the dipstick and open the vent for the valve cover. And we're going to see if we can't take this off right here. We're going to see if I can find something to put here to run out the oil. Alright, never underestimate the power of a heat gun. This is just 1/2 inch PVC. Cut a piece off, cut the top with a hacksaw, and used a heat gun to unfold it. And that'll be my little kind of funnel here. Oh, now that's some nice looking stuff coming out of there. Funnel's working well though. That is some really nice looking oil. I wonder how long it's been in there. I feel really bad for not changing it sooner. And I guess some of that could probably be, some of that color probably is condensation from the couple times that I've run it. You know, just condensation in the oil and everything because it is kind of milky. At the same time, some of the other color kind of concerns me. I'm not exactly sure why it is that color, but I suppose it is what it is. I don't have a new filter. I haven't even looked at trying to get a new filter. I should have stopped at the auto parts store this afternoon. Or excuse me, I was going to stop at the auto parts store this afternoon and I didn't know what the name of the filter was. But now that I'm thinking about it, I probably could have looked back in the video, in one of the videos I already posted and seen the filter. But I didn't think about that, so I might take the filter off. I might take the filter off and clean it. I'm not really sure. You just dump it out. I think there was more than 2-something quart, or it's almost 4 quarts in there. I'm gonna let this finish draining. I'm gonna get a gallon. Well, I got a 5-quart jug from where I changed the oil in my truck. I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna see how much oil we got out here. All right, I think it's pretty much done draining. I think all of that kind of junk in the bottom is mostly just where I kind of stirred up the oil when I ran it, which was the purpose of running it like that. So, put the cap back on. I to save my fancy funnel, or whatever you're going to call it, for future projects. I think a little refinement, that might actually be a really nice addition to the setup. Let's see how much oil we got out of here. I know there was plenty of oil in it when I first ran it. No, I guess it's okay. That's right at 2 quarts. So I guess it's pretty good on oil. All right, so like I said, we're just going to put plus 52 in there. Got my handy dandy bucket of oil here. So I can't remember, I think this is 12 pumps per quart, or 12 pumps per pint, something along those lines. So the X748 takes 50 pumps. I've just got that written right here on the top, if you can see that. And so I'm just going to pump probably 30 pumps. And stop there, let it all drain down, and then I'll see how much, where we're at. Alright, so that's 30, or at least I think it's 30. Trying to talk and do all that while I'm pumping oil is not necessarily the easiest thing. Probably the funniest thing about all of this is the fact that even though it's sat for so many years, I have yet to add any diesel fuel to the tank, which is kind of humorous to me. So, the oil fill, or the oil dipstick is down here, and it is absolutely a pain to get to. Absolutely a pain. You're going to pull back the spring, push in there. We are at the very bottom of the dipstick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that like that. And I'm going to do, say, 5 more pumps. I didn't count the first one, I think that was 5. I didn't count the first one because it was air in the system and everything. Let that drain down. I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes. I'll turn the camera off and I'll come back when I'm ready to check it.